Bravo, bravo. That was Chef's Kiss. After years of waiting, years of speculation, leaks, rewrites, delays, reshoots, and theories, Stranger Things is officially back. And not just back, but back in full final form. Season 5, Volume 1 is not just the return of Hawkins. It's a full-on descent into the endgame. This isn't just kid stuff anymore. This ain't about just Dungeons and Dragons metaphors. This is The Last Stand, and Volume 1 is already some of the best TV Netflix has ever released. Let's break it all down. Full spoilers, full analysis, and some wild theories for Volume 2 and why episode is pure cinema. As always, welcome back to the channel. I am the Beaver. Let's get into it.
Like this, subscribe, like this video.
Chapter 1, The Crawl. Season 5 wastes no time. We start with Will in 1983, hiding in the Upside Down, only to get grabbed by a Demogorgon and infected by Vecna, immediately connecting the first season to this season. Fast forward to 1987, Hawkins is under quarantine, the military has moved in, the town looks like a war zone, Hopper and Eleven are in hiding, training in the dark like Jedi exiles. Meanwhile, Will, Lucas, and Mike are laying low under military surveillance. Then we get introduced to the Crawls, a mission in which the group does recon in the Upside Down to find Vecna's hideout. Steve, Robin, Nancy, and Jonathan run a pirate radio-style station, sending secret-coded messages to sneak Hopper into the Upside Down using the military. As Hopper enters the Upside Down, a Demogorgon kills the entire military caravan. Hopper barely survives, and Will, through his psychic link, sees the Demogorgon heading straight towards the Wheeler house. Then we get the final shot, a gate opening inside Holly's bedroom. Chapter 2. The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. The moment the Demogorgon appears in the Wheeler home, Karen and Ted get mauled, Holly disappears into the Upside Down, and Eleven, without hesitation, follows the Demogorgon through the gate. This is the energy we wanted. Meanwhile, Max is still comatose. Dustin gets brutally beaten at Eddie's grave. Tensions rise between Steve and Jonathan, and the military starts rounding up kids. But the biggest twist of the episode, Holly's imaginary friend, Mr. Whatsit, is Henry, aka Vecna. Holly wasn't talking to an imaginary friend, she was talking to Vecna himself, disguised as the perfect childhood comfort. And Will realizes something terrifying. His visions weren't warnings, they were Vecna's point of view. He can now sense Vecna's targets before they disappear. That is a major plot device for what comes later. Chapter 3. The Turnbow Trap. Vecna targets Derek Turnbow, Holly's bully, as his next victim, and the group decides to turn this tragedy into an opportunity. Use Derek as bait to track the Demogorgon. The entire operation is insane. Murray smuggles weapons, Erica drugs Derek's family, the squad splits to set traps, they move the unconscious family to a barn, they rig the Turnbow house into a monster kill box. This feels like the early seasons. Creative, dangerous, homemade ingenuity, but the moment Derek wakes up, everything collapses. Meanwhile, Holly is trapped inside Vecna's childhood memory world. Hopper and Eleven discover a massive perimeter wall, and they uncover something insane. Lieutenant Ackers claims Dr. K is holding what we presume to be Vecna captive at the military base. Good or bad, the military is hiding something huge. And then in the final moments of the episode, Holly finally reaches the mysterious destination she was guided to by who she believed was Henry, only for the reveal to hit, it's Max. Episode 3 is all set up, so episode 4 can swing for the fences. Chapter 4, Sorcerer. This episode isn't just good. It isn't just emotional. This episode is a masterpiece. Easily the best Stranger Things has been since season 4's Dear Billy. This is the kind of episode that reminds you why this show became a global phenomenon in the first place. Let's break down why episode 4 is peak Stranger Things. The moment Hopper and Eleven infiltrate the military base, you instantly know this is a different level. Corridor fights, soldiers getting folded, high-intensity camera work, a sense of desperation we haven't felt since the Russian prison scenes. Then we get the twist. They don't find Vecna. They find Kali, aka H, alive, traumatized, and being used as a psychic bloodhound by the military. This reveal alone is massive. It ties season 2 back into the main story, sets up a power duo dynamic for later, and shows the government has zero understanding of the monster they're dealing with. But this is just the warm-up. The Demogorgons explode out of the Upside Down like rabid animals. Soldiers get ripped apart like tissue paper, and then Vecna arrives. And I absolutely love what they did here. His entrance is clearly inspired by Darth Vader's hallway scene from Rogue One. The slow walk, the silhouettes, the red lighting, the unstoppable force tearing through everything in its path. It's horrifying, it's calculated, it's cinematic. My only tiny critique, and it's honestly minuscule, is that Vecna's updated design makes him look a little bit like Groot. But that doesn't matter now, because the moment, the energy, the execution, perfect. This is Vecna at his scariest, the fully evolved apex predator of the Upside Down. He takes Holly, Derek, and 3 other children. And then he drops the line that shifts the entire season. Perfect vessels for a perfect world. This isn't about revenge anymore. This isn't about Hawkins. Vecna is trying to reshape reality, using the children as the foundation of his new world order. This is the most terrifying, ambitious villain plan we've seen in the show's entire run. Then we get the moment fans have been waiting for 10 years. Mike, Lucas, and Robin are seconds away from being ripped apart by the Demogorgons. There's no escape, no backup, and Will finally snaps. His eyes roll back, his body convulses. The tentacle infection seeded into him in 1983, the thing haunting him for years, finally activates. Will taps into a psychic reservoir that the show has been hinting at since season 1. For the first time ever, Will isn't the hunted, he's the weapon. He unleashes a psychic blast that stops the Demogorgons in their tracks. The same creatures that terrorized them, stalked them, and used them as a vessel. This is not some random power-up. This is the completion of a longest running arc in the series, where in season 1, he was the victim. In season 2, he was more like the spy. In season 3, he was more like the censor. In season 4, he was the emotional anchor. And now in season 5, he's the psychic weapon. The moment Will finally fights back, using the infection Vecna put in him as a child, is one of the greatest payoffs the show has ever delivered. Because Will Byers isn't just another victim. He isn't just another piece in Vecna's puzzle. He is Vecna's mistake. And now he will be one of Vecna's greatest threats. Bro, the Duffer Brothers absolutely cooked. The wait was worth it. Season 5 feels like it combined every season into the perfect package. The writing is tight, the pace is fast, every character matters, the stakes are higher than ever, the horror is on another level, the lore expansion is incredible, and the direction is the best the series has ever had. This is Stranger Things at its peak. Let's talk predictions. Number 1. Callie and Eleven must combine powers. The Sisters arc wasn't random. It was a setup for the final fight. The 2 remaining powered kids, they have to work together. Number 2. Holly is essential. Holly isn't just some kidnapped child. Vecna chose her first. She may be the seed of the new world that he wants to create. Number 3. Max is alive inside Vecna's mind. Max hasn't aged because she's trapped in Vecna's memory world, Camazotz. She may become the key to destroying Henry's mental fortress from the inside. Number 4. The Upside Down is not a different dimension. This theory has been around for a while, but season 5 basically confirms it. The Upside Down isn't a parallel universe. It's Hawkins frozen in time. The exact moment Henry became Vecna. Think about it. The Upside Down is stuck on November 6, 1983. The layout perfectly mirrors Hawkins, down to the microscopic levels, but nothing progresses. No new buildings, no time passing, no changes. And the world transforms into its hellish state only after Henry's arrival. This isn't a natural dimension. This is a snapshot of the real world corrupted and reshaped the moment Henry Creel merged with the Mind Flayer particles and mutated into Vecna. In other words, Vecna didn't find the Upside Down. He created it. Number 5. Steve or Dustin might die. As much as we don't want it to happen, Volume 2 needs emotional weight. This is the final season. This is the endgame. And Stranger Things has never shied away from ripping our hearts when the story demands it. Steve's hero moment foreshadowing is everywhere. The self-sacrifice hints, the protective speeches, the callbacks to how he's come so far since season 1. Every time a character keeps talking about their future, or what they're gonna do after this, that's TV language for I'm out this beat. But it's not just Steve. Dustin is also in danger. The Duffers keep pushing his emotional bond with Eddie, his guilt, his trauma, and his need to prove himself. He's becoming the beating heart of the group, which in storytelling usually means one thing. Their loss would devastate everyone. One of these 2 dying would send the message the Duffers have been building toward. Nobody is safe. This is the last fight, and the final season has consequences. Do I want either of them to die? No. Do I think the Duffers are setting us up for one of the most painful character deaths in the entire series? Unfortunately, yes. And number 6, Will Byers is going to be the one to kill Vecna. I'm calling it now. Will Byers is the final blow. Not 11, not Max, Will. And here's why. He's Vecna's first chosen victim. Will wasn't taken by accident in season 1. Henry targeted him because he was sensitive, vulnerable, and mentally receptive. He fit Vecna's pattern before we even knew what Vecna was. The infection inside Will was never removed. That piece of the mind flayer, the Vecna hive mind, has been dormant for years. And in episode 4, it finally activates, giving Will psychic abilities nobody else has. Will sees through Vecna's eyes, literally. His visions were never warnings. They were point-of-view flashes from Henry himself. Will shares a psychic frequency that 11 and Max don't. The story began with Will. It needs to end with Will. Episode 1 of the entire series is Will disappearing. The final episode being Will ending Vecna would close the loop perfectly. 11 will weaken Vecna, but the final strike, the moment that kills Vecna once and for all, that's Will's destiny. Turning the infection Henry placed on him as a child into the very thing that destroys him. The first victim becomes the final weapon. Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1 didn't just meet expectations. It absolutely shattered them. This was terrifying, this was heartbreaking, this was cinematic, this was everything fans waited years for. And if Volume 1 is this good, Volume 2 is about to destroy us emotionally. Let me know your theories in the comments because we are not surviving the finale untouched. And before I wrap this up, just a quick heads up for everyone watching. I'll be dropping my reviews for Welcome to Derry episodes 5 and 6 and my full breakdown of Zootopia 2 very soon. Because on this channel, we don't just do top 10s. We review anything that's worth talking about. Movies, shows, animation, horror, you name it. If it's entertaining, we'll cover it. So stay tuned, keep your notifications on, and get ready because those videos are coming up next. Follow me on all socials down in the description. I am the Beaver, and I'll catch you in the next one.